My beloved child, pause for a moment and allow my voice to resonate in the quiet spaces of your heart. For I am the one who watches over you at all times, guiding your steps with unwavering care and wrapping you in the gentle warmth of my everlasting love. Do not doubt my presence when you feel adrift in questions or weighed down by discouragement, because I promise you this: I am always near, and I will never abandon you, no matter how turbulent your circumstances may become. Even in your most vulnerable hours, I cradle you in an embrace that no human words can fully describe, an embrace that steadies your spirit and floods your mind with hope you did not think possible. Let your soul settle into the assurance that my compassion endures longer than any storm, outlasts any hurt, and remains a steadfast companion through life's changing seasons. Take courage, for you are never alone, and I am tirelessly working to reveal your worth and destiny, ensuring you walk forward with a confident heart. You are a precious treasure in my sight, fashioned with a blend of gifts, dreams, and the unmistakable spark of my divine image, and I take great delight in every unique facet of your being. There is no detail too small or too hidden for my gaze, and I cherish all that makes you who you are, your quiet strengths, your unspoken hopes, and even the flaws you sometimes wish you could erase. Because you carry my imprint, you also carry possibilities that extend beyond your current understanding, infused with the potential to grow, to serve, and to reflect my love. Do not underestimate the quiet influence you carry simply by being yourself, for I orchestrated your existence with purposeful care, intending that you would shine brilliantly in a world that often forgets how truly radiant a faithful heart can be. Trust in this truth: you are always dear to me, and I rejoice every time your heart draws nearer in faith and wonder. I know how challenges can loom before you like towering walls, and I see those moments when anxiety creeps in, casting shadows of self-doubt that make you question your path. Understand, my beloved, that even when you feel cornered, I am already making a way of escape, lighting a path you may not yet see. The difficulties you face are not designed to break you, but to build you into someone even more resilient, someone who learns to rise each time life knocks you down. If you feel your knees trembling under the weight of fear, let me assure you that my strength is readily available. You need only extend your heart to receive it. Remember always that I am your anchor, and when the winds of uncertainty threaten your balance, lean on me, for I will not let you fall. Embrace the truth that I am your shield in the tumult of life's battles, the one standing between you and every arrow that tries to wound your spirit. When trials rush at you like rushing waters, do not fear, for I remain your fortress, immovable and unshakable, ensuring no adversary can ultimately triumph over you. Even as you navigate valleys of uncertainty or stride across deserts of loneliness, my protecting hand does not waver, and my vigilance never dulls. Though storms may be fierce, and though the tempest roars with relentless fury, my promise stands. You dwell beneath the shadow of my wings, where the harshest winds lose their sting. Let your soul find rest in this unwavering defense, and take confidence that I cover you completely, safeguarding your heart from utter despair. Talk to me, my child, whenever your burdens feel too great, or your fears become too loud to ignore, for my ears are always open to every whisper, every tearful plea, every unspoken desire. Prayer is not about reciting perfect words or following strict formulas. Rather, it is a genuine conversation where you can pour out your frustrations, confess your doubts, and share your joys, knowing that I respond with compassionate understanding. Even if you find yourself at a loss for words or uncertain where to begin, simply come as you are and trust my spirit to interpret the unspoken groans of your heart. Do not be ashamed of your vulnerability, for there is no condemnation in my presence, only a boundless grace that welcomes every part of you. Let our communion be your refuge, as I infuse your mind with clarity and your soul with peace, replacing every worry with the assurance that I am meticulously tending to your every need. I understand the weight you sometimes carry from the expectations of others and the standards you set for yourself, leading you to wonder if you'll ever measure up. But my child, I am the one who sees beyond appearances into the depths of your potential, and I assure you that you are enough precisely because my own hand shaped you. Each time you feel inadequate, remember that I have gifted you with abilities, passions, and unique perspectives that are essential for your journey. And even when your own courage falters or when comparisons steal your joy, I stand here reminding you that true success is not found in human accolades, but in a heart aligned with my purpose. Let go of the illusion that you must run faster than everyone else or reach some worldly pinnacle, and embrace the peace of knowing your worth is established in my steadfast affection. When sleepless nights come, and your thoughts churn like restless waters, know that I see you, even in the darkness when no one else is around. I witness the deep concerns that tighten your chest, the regrets that whisper accusations, and the uncertainties that cloud your vision for tomorrow. Yet I beckon you not to lose hope, for I have charted a way through every labyrinth of confusion, guiding you softly by my spirit toward solutions you may not yet comprehend. Do not let despair speak louder than my promises, and do not let weariness blind you to the fresh mercies waiting at dawn. Press on with courage, and let me carry your burdens as you lean into my everlasting arms, which remain strong enough to sustain you through every season of doubt. I want you to remember that I rejoice over you with singing, that I watch over you as a gardener tends a cherished seed, watering you with love and pruning away what hinders your growth. As you step out in faith and love others in my name, every gesture of kindness, every word of encouragement reflects my very nature to a world longing for genuine compassion. Continue to sow seeds of hope, even if the ground appears barren or unresponsive, for I am at work in ways beyond your immediate sight, cultivating fruit that will bless you and those you touch. The light you carry, no matter how flickering it feels, has the power to pierce through clouds of despair and ignite new faith in weary souls. Each day, allow my spirit to nourish you, so that your life becomes a living testimony to my goodness and faithfulness. When disappointment weighs heavy on your heart and broken dreams litter your path, remember that I specialize in crafting beauty from ashes, transforming what seems hopeless into a vibrant testimony of my glory. Your setbacks are not final chapters, but pivotal scenes in a grander narrative that I am weaving, one in which redemption outshines every season of loss. Trust that even the tears you've shed are not wasted. They water the soil of your heart, making it fertile ground for unprecedented growth and the blossoming of new aspirations. Surrender every shattered expectation into my able hands and allow me to breathe fresh life into your spirit, reminding you that my plans often exceed your wildest imaginations. Stand firm in the conviction that I am not limited by failure or undone by misfortune, but I orchestrate every thread of your story with purposeful grace. You may feel small against the backdrop of vast social issues, global unrest, or personal struggles that seem to dwarf your capacity to make a difference. But let me encourage you not to despise the day of small beginnings, for I have always delighted in using the humble and unassuming to accomplish wonders. Remember how a simple shepherd's staff became an instrument of miracles, or how a young boy's lunch fed multitudes, or how fishermen turned the world upside down by carrying my message of hope. I do not require you to be perfect or powerful in your own strength, only open and willing to let my power flow through your surrendered heart. Remain faithful to the everyday acts of kindness, the quiet prayers, and the consistent obedience, and watch as I multiply your efforts into ripples of impact that extend far beyond your line of sight. Do not fear the unknown paths I call you to walk, for I have gone before you, and my light dispels every lurking shadow. If you trust me with your steps, you will discover that the journey itself can shape your character, drawing out courage and resilience you never knew you possessed. Have I not provided for you in past seasons, revealing my faithfulness through timely breakthroughs or unexpected blessings? Let those reminders fuel your faith as you venture into new territories, career changes, family dynamics, spiritual growth, believing that I equip those who step forward in obedience. Even if you stumble, do not shrink back in shame. My hand is there to steady you, for my grace abounds in your weakness, turning your frailty into a platform for my strength to shine through. Embrace my promise of protection, for I am the one who shelters you in the secret place of my presence, sealing you away from the storms that threaten to crush your spirit. When circumstances swirl with chaos and confusion, picture yourself covered by my wings, safe from the raging winds outside. Though the waves of life may beat against you, they will not sink your faith if you cling to the anchor of my word. In me, you find a place of refuge where peace overrides panic, where rest dislodges exhaustion, and where fear must bow to trust. Keep your eyes on me, and not on the tumult around you, for I will never fail to shield your heart from ultimate harm, guiding you towards safe harbors, even if the seas remain turbulent. When your heart aches for real connection, and you wonder if you truly belong anywhere, remember that my family is vast, and I have prepared a place for you among those who love and honor my name. You are not meant to wander aimlessly or isolate yourself behind walls of hurt. Rather, you are designed to thrive in communion with others, reflecting the unity and compassion I have modeled from eternity. Seek out the fellowship of believers who will encourage you, pray with you, and celebrate your victories. For I move in powerful ways when my children gather in my name. Let go of the notion that you must face your struggles alone, for my spirit often ministers through the warmth of a shared meal, a listening ear, or a compassionate shoulder to cry on. In my assembly, you will find spiritual siblings who walk alongside you, each with unique gifts that complement your own, creating a tapestry of support and love. I see your loneliness in moments when no one else seems to notice, and I grieve alongside you for the times you felt invisible or unappreciated in this busy world. However, I remind you that you are precious to me, and I know every nuance of your personality, every story behind your scars, and every desire that keeps your soul alive. When others overlook you, I look upon you with tenderness, cherishing the silent prayers you raise and the quiet resilience you display. If you allow me into those hollow places, I will fill them with my presence, saturating your solitude with a sense of belonging that no human affection can match. Trust that I orchestrate your encounters, forging meaningful connections at the right time, so that you may find comfort and also bring comfort to others who stand in similar shadows of isolation. When you are tempted to give up, convinced that your efforts produce scant progress, hold on to the truth that my power often unfolds gradually, refining your faith in the waiting. Your breakthroughs may not always come in a sudden flash or dramatic display. Rather, they develop like seeds underground, growing roots in hidden places before bursting forth into the sunlight. So do not mistake the waiting period for my absence or disinterest, for I am meticulously shaping circumstances, aligning people, and preparing your heart to receive the fullness of the blessing. Each day, you persist in hope. Each prayer you lift heavenward, each act of obedience in the face of discouragement. These are precious in my sight, and they build a foundation of trust that can withstand life's fiercest storms. Let endurance have its perfect work, and you will find that the end result is far more glorious than anything you might have hastily grabbed in the earlier stages. Hold to my encouragement that you are loved just as you are, even though there is room for growth and transformation. My love for you is not based on your performance, your social status, or how flawlessly you adhere to religious rituals. Instead, it is anchored in the unchangeable reality that you are mine, handcrafted with intention and pursued with unwavering devotion. Let this understanding free you from the shackles of trying to earn acceptance, for I already accept you wholeheartedly, and my spirit stands ready to shape and mold you at a pace that fosters lasting change. Remember, your identity is secured in the one who formed you, and no worldly measure can strip away the depth and immutability of that bond. Lift your head, beloved, and let my affection embolden you to walk confidently through each new day. My desire is to shield your heart from the lies that tell you your life is meaningless, or that your best days are behind you. I speak over you. Your journey has purpose, and every sunrise ushers in new opportunities for grace and growth. Do not surrender to cynicism or despair when circumstances disappoint you, or when closed doors seem to outnumber open ones. Instead, turn your gaze upward, reminding yourself that my perspective transcends the immediate challenges, and I already see the ways your perseverance will pay off. Even if you only see a few steps ahead, proceed with the assurance that I guide you with my caring hand, planting seeds of possibility in each brave decision you make. You have not missed your calling, nor have you fallen irreparably behind, for I orchestrate your steps at the exact pace needed to produce a harvest of character and faith. Never feel that your prayers are in vain, even when answers seem delayed, for I hear every plea, every sigh, and every silent tear that runs down your cheek. My child, your earnest heart moves me, and I hold your words close, storing them like precious treasures. Faith is often tempered in the season of waiting, refining your motives, teaching you to trust my wisdom rather than leaning on your own timeline. I do not disregard your cries. Rather, I am aligning events, preparing people, and fashioning your inner strength so that when the answer arrives, you will be ready to embrace it fully. So persist in prayer, not as a duty, but as an intimate conversation with the one who adores your voice and cherishes your innermost thoughts. Never forget that I am your Father, concerned about every detail of your life, and my answers will come at the moments that perfectly align with my grand design. Let it fill your heart with hope that I am the same one who parted seas for my people, who caused walls to crumble at the sound of worship, and who breathed life into dry bones, raising them into a mighty army. Those accounts are not just ancient legends. They illustrate my capacity to perform extraordinary feats in the midst of human weakness, surpassing expectations at every turn. Do not limit me by believing that miracles only belong in the pages of history, for my power has never waned, and my compassion for my children remains boundless. If you find yourself confronted with an insurmountable wall, do not despair. Instead, praise my name, watch how faith stirs your spirit, and witness how my hand can dismantle every barrier that stands in the way of your progress. Expect me to do amazing things in your life, and do not consider it arrogance to believe in the unimaginable, for I delight in exceeding what you dare to hope for. Understand that my invitation for you to grow is both gentle and relentless, reflecting my commitment to your flourishing. Sometimes growth involves pruning away old habits, letting go of relationships that no longer nurture your spirit, or facing uncomfortable truths that shed light on hidden wounds. Do not resist the refining process, for though it may sting momentarily, it paves the way for deeper joy, maturity, and freedom. I am like a potter shaping clay, attentive to every contour, smoothing rough edges, and molding you into a vessel that can carry the brilliance of my love more effectively. Even if your process feels slow, even if you can only perceive minor shifts. Rejoice in the incremental changes that signal my transformative work within you. With each step, you become more aligned with the greatness I originally envisioned, radiating a beauty that testifies to my skillful hand at work in your life. When you experience moments of victory, whether overcoming a bad habit, restoring a broken relationship, or stepping into a role you once feared, pause to celebrate with me. I share in your triumphs as if they were my own, for your success reflects my grace and confirms that you are living out the potential I placed within you. These glimpses of progress serve as reminders that I am active and alive in your story, turning obstacles into stepping stones, weaving what once seemed like random threads into a tapestry of purpose. Thankfulness in times of victory not only honors me, but also stabilizes your heart against pride and complacency, keeping you focused on the source of your strength. By giving credit where it is due, you position yourself to receive even more blessings, for gratitude opens the door to further expansion and deeper revelation of my goodness. Do not hide your scars, for they can become potent testimonies of my healing power and unwavering compassion. Each scar, whether physical or emotional, represents a chapter you've endured and a lesson learned in the crucible of adversity. When you choose to share these stories, you invite others to witness my redemptive nature, inspiring them to believe in the possibility of their own restoration. Your scars do not have to define you negatively. Instead, they can become badges of survival, points of empathy, and platforms from which my glory can shine. So stand tall, dear one, knowing that I can use even the remnants of your hardest battles to build bridges of understanding and hope, transforming memories of pain into living echoes of my grace. I tenderly remind you not to run from the convictions I place in your heart, for they are my gentle whispers steering you away from paths that hinder your growth. Whether it's a sense that you should forgive someone, change an unhealthy habit, or step out in ministry, these promptings are not random. They originate in the deep love I have for you. Obedience can be uncomfortable, sometimes downright challenging, but it leads you to a life more fulfilling than the one shaped by your comfort zone. When your heart stirs with the prompting to do good, to repent, or to take a bold risk, heed that urging, trusting that my Spirit is guiding you toward a future bright with promise. Never forget that my commands are not burdensome. They are liberating, setting you free from the snares of selfish desire and connecting you more intimately with my perfect will. If your heart is weary, burdened by daily routines that leave you spiritually drained or by responsibilities that seem endless, come to me for rest, for I am the refreshment your soul craves. In my presence, you can let go of the constant striving, the need to impress, or the relentless anxiety that you're not doing enough. Here, you can be still, inhaling my peace, and exhaling your worries in an exchange that renews your mind and body. Imagine yourself resting beside quiet waters, your anxious thoughts gently calmed by my soothing voice, reminding you that I hold your tomorrow in my capable hands. Let me restore you from the inside out, reminding you that you do not have to traverse life's journey on sheer willpower alone. My all-sufficient grace sustains you daily. Never underestimate the spiritual gifts I have deposited within you, nor your ability to make a meaningful impact on the people around you. Whether you are called to teach, to serve, to encourage, or to lead, your contribution is essential in the tapestry of my kingdom. If you remain faithful to cultivate these gifts, using them not for personal glory but for the edification of others, I will multiply your influence in ways you cannot anticipate. Do not compare your gift with another's, for each is uniquely tailored to the person I entrusted it to, meant to harmonize with others as my people operate in unity. Cherish the distinct role you play, no matter how prominent or behind the scenes it may appear, understanding that I orchestrate every part to reveal my full expression of love and truth to the world. I encourage you to seek me in the simple wonders of each day, sunrises that proclaim new beginnings, the laughter of a child that echoes unbridled joy, or the stillness of a moment that begs for gratitude. These fleeting gifts are my gentle reminders that I delight in blessing you, not only with monumental breakthroughs, but also through subtle, nourishing whispers of my grace. By keeping your spirit alert to my daily kindnesses, your heart becomes fertile ground for deeper faith, cultivating an ongoing awareness that I am at work in every detail of your existence. Let a spirit of thankfulness guide you, turning mundane routines into sacred encounters as you acknowledge my presence in every breath. As your eyes open wider to my hand in the ordinary, you'll discover that my love saturates your life far more extensively than you ever realized. When temptation arises, coaxing you to compromise your integrity or disregard my commands, remember that I always provide a way out, a path of righteousness that leads to peace instead of regret. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe you are powerless before enticement, but that is a lie. My spirit within you is greater than any lure that tries to pull you away from truth. If you find yourself in a moment of weakness, call upon me instantly, for I am near, ready to supply the fortitude you lack in your own strength. Cling to my word, which serves as both sword and shield, dispelling deception and guarding your mind against destructive influences. Do not condemn yourself if you falter. Rather, rise quickly, seek forgiveness, and learn from the stumble, trusting that I redeem even your mistakes for future victory. It pleases me to watch you smile and laugh in the little delights of life, understanding that my joy is not trivial, but a divine current capable of lifting your spirit above the raging tides of sorrow. Joy rooted in me is resilient, outlasting fleeting happiness tied to external circumstances. Embrace laughter as a gift that can soothe tension, a humble remedy for stress, and a testimony of an unshakable faith that knows I hold ultimate authority over every trial. Sometimes a moment of genuine amusement or a silly joke can break the weight of a heavy day, realigning your heart with the truth that gloom need not reign. So let your laugh ring freely, confident that I created you not just to toil, but also to savor the sweetness of existence, celebrating love and hope with a childlike wonder. In moments of rejection or betrayal, do not define yourself by the cruelty you've experienced, for my love, which remains unwavering, speaks a deeper truth about who you are. Remember how my son was scorned, misunderstood, and abandoned by many, yet his identity as my beloved never wavered, providing the foundation for forgiveness and ultimate triumph. You too carry the seal of my ownership, a belonging that transcends human acceptance, anchoring your spirit in a faith unshaken by the shifting opinions of others. If you find yourself bruised by someone's harsh words or actions, bring that hurt to my feet, releasing the bitterness that seeks to root itself in your heart. In so doing, you make room for my healing compassion, enabling you to rise above offense and to see yourself through eyes of mercy rather than the distortion of rejection. I encourage you to find joy in serving others, for such acts of kindness are reflections of my own heart, a heart that stoops low to lift the broken. Whether it's offering a word of encouragement, extending a helping hand, or interceding in prayer for someone in distress, each gesture weaves threads of my kingdom into the fabric of daily life. Service is not just a duty, but an opportunity to mirror my selfless nature, cultivating compassion and humility that strengthens your walk with me. Even if your efforts seem small or unnoticed by the world, they do not escape my attention, for I observe every seed sown in love. Through your faithful service, you join a chorus of compassionate souls that testifies to my living presence, sparking hope in places overshadowed by despair. Let my word be your bread, sustaining you with nourishment that goes beyond physical food, filling the gaps in your heart where uncertainty and fear lurk. When you immerse yourself in Scripture, you connect with generations of believers who have encountered my faithfulness in the darkest valleys and on the highest summits. This divine record testifies that I am unchanging, a refuge from age to age, accessible to anyone who seeks my face. Meditate on the promises I have laid out across the pages, and let them anchor your thoughts when chaos stirs around you, reminding you of truths that overshadow the shifting winds of cultural opinions. In these words, you discover who I am, who you are in my sight, and how I plan to lead you through every chapter of your life story. When you doubt if you can overcome certain obstacles, chronic fear, repeated patterns of sin, or negative mindsets passed down through generations, know that I am mightier than any stronghold gripping your life. Just as I delivered my people from seemingly unyielding bonds, I stand ready to break the chains that confine your potential and inhibit your joy. But remember, freedom often requires your participation, an honest confession, a willingness to yield those areas you've clung to, and a heartfelt step of faith into unknown territory. My power is at work within you, renewing your mind and reshaping the way you see yourself and the world. Yes, the process can be slow and at times frustrating, but each day of surrender draws you closer to the breakthrough you've longed for. Take heart, for in my hands, no cycle is unbreakable, and no shadow is too dark for my illuminating presence. Rejoice, because I have scattered seeds of grace throughout the tapestry of your life, sprinkling them in both triumphant and trying moments, so that each step forward cultivates more mercy, more understanding, and more love. This grace flows in unexpected ways, sometimes through closed doors that redirect you to better opportunities, sometimes through mistakes that humble your heart and deepen your empathy. All these threads weave together to form a story that magnifies my ability to use every circumstance for your ultimate good. Embrace my grace as a living force that draws you away from shame and toward new beginnings, constantly reminding you that redemption is a daily gift. As you cling to this reality, you will find an endless reservoir of hope springing up from the knowledge that I never let go of those I cherish. I invite you to remember that I have set eternity in your heart, a compass pointing you beyond the fleeting concerns of this present world. While daily tasks and responsibilities matter, do not lose sight of the grander horizon that awaits you, a horizon where my kingdom reigns in fullness, where tears are wiped away, and where your deepest yearnings find fulfillment. Allow this eternal perspective to color your decisions, guiding you to prioritize the things that will echo into forever, such as love, generosity, and pursuit of truth. Material blessings can fade, human accolades can vanish, but the character you build and the relationships you nurture in my name endure beyond the boundaries of this life. When disillusionment threatens to consume you, let the promise of eternity refuel your faith, anchoring you in the hope that my ultimate plan surpasses all earthly limitations. Do not neglect the power of your tongue, for your words can create life or stir chaos, build bridges or tear them down. I've entrusted you with the ability to communicate grace, to speak blessing over those around you, and to sow affirmation into the hearts of those who battle condemnation. If you find your speech leaning toward negativity, harsh critique, or gossip, invite my Spirit to bridle your tongue, to infuse your conversations with empathy, wisdom, and kindness. Remember that the seeds you scatter with each sentence can take root in fertile or wounded soil, bearing fruit that impacts generations to come. Choose your words carefully, dedicating them as instruments of my love, so that even casual remarks can become conduits of healing, encouragement, and truth. I celebrate every demonstration of your creative essence, whether through art, music, solutions to complex problems, or unique expressions of your personal style. Such creativity reflects my own handiwork, as I am the divine creator who fashioned galaxies yet also attentively shaped each flower's petal. When you engage with the creative spark I placed within you, you tap into a sacred synergy that mirrors how I spoke the world into being. Don't let fear of failure or comparison dampen this gift. Rather, nurture it, share it boldly, and watch how it enriches not only your life, but the lives of those who encounter it. By honoring your creativity, you acknowledge that you bear my fingerprints, testifying that my power to bring forth beauty continues to flourish in the heart of every willing soul. I relish your open and honest heart, a heart that dares to question and seeks to understand the depths of my ways. True faith does not require blind acceptance, but an active engagement with my truth, trusting that I am not threatened by your inquiries. When you ask me the tough questions, you invite deeper communion between us, offering me the opportunity to reveal my wisdom in ways that resonate personally with your journey. Approach me with reverence, yes, but also with a courageous curiosity that desires to unearth fuller aspects of who I am. In this dialogue, you mature spiritually, shedding superficial assumptions and embracing a richer, more authentic relationship rooted in the knowledge of my character and the counsel of my living word. Find peace in my guiding hand, for I navigate you through a world rife with confusion, moral ambiguity, and shifting cultural tides. My guidance is not heavy-handed coercion, but a gentle leading that often aligns with the deepest convictions in your soul, urging you to choose integrity, even when convenience beckons otherwise. No matter how loud the voices around you become, never forget that I whisper my instructions in the quiet chambers of your spirit, offering clarity and direction that cut through the noise. Though you remain free to follow or ignore my leading, those who heed my voice discover a path where moral dilemmas become clearer and decisions are imbued with purpose and peace. Keep your spiritual ears open, for I speak in multiple ways. Through scripture, through wise counsel, through the inner witness that resonates with righteousness. Rest is a gift I long to bestow upon you, a rest that goes beyond physical slumber, that saturates your mind and spirit so thoroughly you can face life's demands without crumbling. In a culture that prizes ceaseless activity, it's tempting to measure your worth by productivity alone. But I remind you that you are loved not for what you do, but for who you are in me. Take deliberate times to unplug from the hustle, to savor moments of stillness, and to reconnect with the grand truth that I hold the world together, not you. This posture of rest is not laziness. It is a declaration of trust, a statement that says you believe my sovereignty is sufficient to uphold all things. Enter that peace wholeheartedly and watch how it renews your perspective, fueling you with resilience and grounded hope. If you stumble, do not remain in the mire of guilt or shame, for I call you to arise, to let go of the chains that weigh you down, and to accept the mercy I freely offer. Your mistakes, past or present, cannot outrun my grace, and I do not view you through the lens of your failures. Instead, I see a precious child, shaped by experience and still capable of transformation. Confess your shortcomings and receive the cleansing power of forgiveness that I purchased for you at an unimaginable cost. Once forgiven, refuse to cling to self-condemnation, for to do so diminishes the potency of my sacrifice. Look up, child, and stride forward unencumbered, your slate wiped clean, your future radiant with possibilities. Know that I am an ever-present help, especially in times of trouble, walking beside you through valleys you'd never voluntarily choose, offering a hand that steadies your trembling steps. When storms rage with unrelenting fury and the darkness grows thick, Remember that my light pierces through even the bleakest midnight, revealing that you are never truly lost. Though your adversities may test the limits of your endurance, they cannot extinguish the flame of my love that burns steadily within your heart. I promise you, no valley is too deep for my rescue, and no wilderness is so vast that my guidance cannot lead you out. Lean into this comfort and do not succumb to despair, for my track record of deliverance remains unblemished from generation to generation. With every act of faith, you build a spiritual legacy, a witness to my truth that can impact countless lives in ways you may never fully realize. Consider how the faith of Abraham paved the way for nations to emerge, how the courage of Esther saved her people, and how the prayers of fervent believers have birthed revivals across centuries. You stand in a lineage of ordinary people who trusted in an extraordinary God, forging a path of hope for those who come after. Each time you stand against fear, choose love over anger, or cling to my promises despite heartbreak, you strengthen the testimony that I am a covenant-keeping God. This is the inheritance you can pass on, a living example of unwavering conviction that lights the darkness for future souls. Take heart, for I have a future prepared for you, a horizon layered with hidden opportunities and breakthroughs that will unveil themselves at the appointed time. I orchestrate events beyond your current vision, placing the right resources, mentors, and open doors along the path you will travel. Trust that even your detours and delays can be used to deepen your wisdom, refine your character, and align your heart more closely with my design. Look forward with expectancy, for the story I am writing with your life unfolds chapter by chapter, each building upon the lessons gleaned in the last. Hold on to hope, confident that I, who began this good work in you, will carry it on to a marvelous completion. In your seasons of harvest, when your labor yields an abundance of blessings, be it health, relationships, or material provision, do not forget to lift your eyes heavenward in gratitude. Acknowledge that every good thing you enjoy springs from my hand, an expression of my unearned favor and kindness. By maintaining a humble posture, you guard your heart against the pride that insists your achievements are solely the product of your own effort. Cultivate the discipline of thanking me daily, praising my name even in prosperity, so that generosity becomes your natural response to my generosity. As you honor me with your gratitude, you will find an ever-increasing measure of joy, and you will develop a perspective that cherishes the giver more than the gifts themselves. Allow my spirit to fill your heart, saturating your being with the fruit of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. This is not a mere moral code, but a reflection of my own nature, imbued into those who walk closely with me. Surrender the impulses of the flesh, anger, selfishness, pride, and yield to the transforming work of my Spirit, which replaces destructive tendencies with life-giving virtues. Though this process requires time and cooperation, each day you can bear a little more fruit, shining as a living example of my grace. Be patient with yourself, for growth is seldom instantaneous, but rest assured that as you abide in me, the harvest of your character will become a fragrant offering that blesses those around you. When you witness others rejoicing in my blessings, do not let envy take root. Instead, celebrate their good fortune, recognizing that my abundance is vast enough to supply all my children. Understand that my timeline for each person differs, and the success of someone else does not diminish your own prospects. Instead of coveting, let your heart be stirred with inspiration, a reminder that I am able to uplift you in due season as well. Cheer for your brothers and sisters, for you are a family under my banner, each with distinct roles yet united in my purpose. This unity magnifies my heart to the world, showing that my people care for one another deeply and faithfully, untroubled by jealousy or rivalry. I watch you, even in your darkest night. When the weight of sorrow tries to squeeze the breath from your lungs and the horizon offers no clear direction. In those crushing hours, when your tears fall unbidden and your pleas seem unanswered, I remain intimately aware of your anguish, closer than the very air you breathe. My comfort does not always come in lightning bolt moments, but I enfold you with my abiding presence, whispering reminders that joy comes in the morning, that shadows cannot hide my promise to never leave you nor forsake you. Give voice to your lament, for I am big enough to handle your rawest emotions, and as you pour out your grief, my love seeps into each wound, healing you in ways both subtle and profound. Cling to me in the night, dear one, for I am your guiding star, ensuring you will not journey alone through the valley of sorrow. I gently remind you that no matter how loud the world's distractions become, social media, chaotic news cycles, or the unrelenting pace of modern life, you can always find peace in a single, simple moment of communion with me. Make time to quiet your surroundings, to turn off the endless chatter, and to let my voice rise above the cacophony. Even a moment of sincere focus can recalibrate your soul, realigning your perspective with my eternal viewpoint. Keep watch over your mind. Protect it from the constant barrage of negativity and meaningless noise by filling it with truth, with reflections on my nature, and with the stillness that allows you to sense my gentle whispers. The world will keep clamoring for your attention, but my spirit within you can produce a stillness that transcends every worldly demand. Do not fear those times when you feel weak, for in your weakness I am most strongly revealed, demonstrating my power without the interference of human pride. When your own strength fails, you are reminded that I am the ultimate source of your capacity to endure, to love, to persevere. Through humility, you release the reins of control, acknowledging that you need me to step in and accomplish what is beyond your finite limitation. Paradoxically, this surrender opens you to levels of courage and faith you might never have accessed if you relied solely on your abilities. Rest in this truth. I do not hold your fragility against you, but I use it as a channel to pour out my abundant grace, thereby turning your perceived deficits into testimonies of my marvelous provision. I stand firm in my commitment to be your provider, ensuring that you lack nothing essential for your mission, although my definition of lack may differ from yours. Trust that if a door remains closed despite your earnest prayers, it might not be the right avenue for you, or it may be reserved for a future season. Keep seeking, keep knocking, and remain open to my higher purposes, for I see the entire tapestry, while you see only a single thread. When I do open windows of opportunity, step through them boldly, giving thanks, and using each blessing for the advancement of my kingdom and the good of others. My economy is one of generosity, not scarcity, and as you faithfully steward what I supply, you position yourself for further blessings that ripple outward to countless lives. When the question arises, do I matter? Let me answer unequivocally, yes, profoundly so. You matter to me, to my grand design, and to the countless souls you can touch with your life. Even if you believe your circle of influence is small, a single act of love can trigger a chain reaction of kindness, hope, and renewal. Embrace each day as an opportunity to live with intentionality, to sow seeds of encouragement, to stand up for truth, or to impart wisdom gleaned from your own trials. Your mere presence can bring warmth to a lonely heart or clarity to a confused soul if you yield yourself to my guidance. Never underestimate the significance of your voice, your story, and your compassionate heart, for I can use you in ways you never thought possible. I call you to a higher realm of faith, one that not only prays for blessings, but also trusts my sovereignty when life takes unexpected turns. Your faith grows stronger in adversity, forming roots that dig deep into my unwavering character, proving that I am good even when circumstances appear bleak. The saints of old were commended not because they always prospered, but because they persevered, counting my promises more reliable than their immediate relief. Learn from their example, and do not let discouragement have the final say, for the reward of faithful endurance far outweighs the temporary sacrifices you make. Keep pressing forward, confident that I honor those who cling to my word, assured that my timing is perfect and my plan is flawless, even if hidden from your present sight. Let my mercy set the tone in your interactions with others, remembering that every human being you encounter is a soul I love deeply. Strive to see them as I do, potential masterpieces in progress, bearing pains, hopes, and flaws that reflect their own journeys. Speak gently, forgive quickly, and extend compassion even when it is inconvenient, reflecting the same grace I have generously showered upon you. By doing so, you become a living sermon of my kindness, a spark that can ignite contrition in hardened hearts and awaken gratitude in distant ones. Know that your efforts in mercy are never wasted, for I can multiply your acts of kindness into a harvest of reconciliation and peace, bridging divides that once seemed insurmountable. When you gaze upon your reflection, do not despise the features you wish to change, or the scars that remind you of painful memories, for I see you through eyes of boundless affection. I knit you together with an artistry that surpasses your understanding, every cell chosen with precision, each aspect of your personality carefully orchestrated. There may be areas I invite you to refine or heal, but never confuse my refining with a rejection of who you are. You were fashioned as an utterly unique expression of my creativity, and I smile when you learn to appreciate the vessel you inhabit, spirit, soul, and body. Move forward with healthy self-stewardship, loving yourself enough to align every dimension of your being with my holistic plan for your wellness. You have heard my call to pray, not as a reluctant religious exercise, but as a life-giving dialogue where I speak truth into your deepest questions and you share your rawest emotions with me. Persist in prayer, particularly when answers tarry, for each petition is a seed planted in faith, destined to yield fruit at the ordained season. Engage with me in genuine conversation, free from pretenses, unafraid to voice your doubts or frustrations, because I cherish authenticity more than polished eloquence. Through prayer, your perspective broadens, your burdens lighten, and your spirit aligns with my heart, forging a connection that transcends mere ritual. Keep an expectant spirit, child, for I respond in my own timing, often in ways that stretch your faith, but ultimately reveal my fatherly goodness. I have instilled in you the capacity to love deeply, a sacred ability to mirror my own heart by caring for family, friends, neighbors, and even strangers or adversaries. Let not bitterness, fear, or disillusion extinguish this flame of compassion, for love is the currency of my kingdom and the essence of my nature. When you feel it's too risky to open your heart, recall my sacrificial outpouring, how I withheld nothing to rescue and reconcile humanity unto myself. If you've been wounded in love, bring that pain to me, trusting that I can restore what was broken and refresh the fountain of empathy within you. As you choose love consistently, clothing your words with kindness and your actions with generosity, you reflect my image and break the chains of hatred that try to enslave the human race. When sorrow lingers and unanswered prayers seem to echo in empty corridors of your heart, hold firmly to my promise that I perfect all things in time. You may be ready for change now, yet I see layers of preparation still unfolding, shaping your heart for a blessing that's more profound and enduring than a quick fix. Cling to hope, which arises not from naive optimism, but from a steadfast conviction that my will is inherently loving and wise. If you must wrestle with the tension of waiting, Do so with the knowledge that my grace abounds even in the struggle, forging character and forging trust in ways that will serve you well far beyond the present trial. Like a seed that must first push through darkness to reach the sun, so your spirit emerges stronger, flourishing under my careful watch. I impart to you the freedom to create new beginnings, through repentance, through healing, through daring to envision a future unchained from past mistakes. Each morning breathes the promise of my renewed mercy, an invitation to leave behind yesterday's failures and step into the fresh possibility that I constantly offer. If guilt whispers lies of unworthiness, silence it with the assurance that I have paid in full for your redemption, writing grace over every page of your history. You are not locked into old patterns or condemned to repeat generational cycles. Rather, you stand empowered by my Spirit to rewrite the narrative, forging a legacy that testifies to triumph over regret. Embrace these new chapters, my child, for I stand ready to co-author a story of transformation that points to my enduring love. When conflict arises, whether in your home, your community, or your own heart, strive to be a peacemaker, a bearer of my reconciling presence. Blessed are those who unify rather than divide, who speak words that heal rather than harm, who bridge gaps with empathy and truth. This is not passivity. It's an active form of love that disarms hostility, challenges injustice, and seeks harmony without compromising righteousness. Remember, you are my ambassador, entrusted with the ministry of reconciliation, reflecting my desire to see all people dwell in respectful harmony. The world may view peace as weakness, but I view it as a Christ-like strength that can turn enemies into friends and strangers into beloved siblings. As you stand on the threshold of tomorrow, sometimes uncertain of which direction to take or which decision to finalize, approach me with confidence, seeking my counsel. I give wisdom generously to those who ask, shining a light on the paths that align with my plans for your well-being and fruitfulness. Let your heart be open, pliable, and teachable, for my instructions may challenge your assumptions, leading you toward roads you never considered. Do not shy away from the possibility that my guidance will require courage, but rest assured that I always equip you for the tasks I set before you. Move forward with a trusting spirit, understanding that each day is an opportunity to grow in discernment and to weave my principles into the fabric of your life decisions. Above all, let love guide your every step, love that emanates from me and flows through you, directing your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Love is your compass, your anchor, and your greatest witness to a watching world that yearns for an authentic demonstration of my nature. Resist the temptations of hatred, resentment, or apathy, allowing my Spirit to saturate your soul with compassion that transcends barriers of race, culture, or creed. In choosing love, you magnify my heart and open channels for my power to transform not just individuals, but entire communities. This love, unbreakable and patient, is the hallmark of my presence in your life, shining like a lighthouse that beckons the weary and the lost to find refuge in my embrace. Never forget that my love for you will never fade, no matter the seasons of life, the heights of success, or the depths of despair you may encounter. Like an unbroken covenant, it remains constant, an anchor through tempest and calm alike, unwavering in its intention to see you flourish as I designed. I bless you and your loved ones, my child, setting upon your head a crown of favor that beckons you to walk forward in my peace, confident in your identity, and unafraid to grow into the fullness of who I've called you to be. Yes, hold your head high with anticipation, for truly the best is yet to come, and I walk this journey with you every step of the way. Look forward with confidence, for I am the God who redeems, provides, and sustains, ensuring that your final chapters will echo with the triumphant melody of my unfailing grace.